Hello traders, Doc here. Let's review some simple and effective trades. First trade that I want to talk about is this US dollar Japanese yen trade that I took. Here we can see higher highs and higher low structure. We can connect these higher lows with this bullish trend line, and that is exactly what I did here. Then price formed this high and went down to break our trend line. But bulls quickly regained the power and pushed the price again, but as you can see, only to retest this previous high. Then price tested this zone again here and here again, and basically formed a resistance zone. Now we have this resistance zone, and price tested this zone 5 times, and as you can see, it failed to break it. Now we can say that this is very strong resistance zone and that we expect price to react to it and to go down. That is exactly what happened here. Also, we have this significant zone here, and the reason why this zone is significant zone is because here it acted as a support and then as a resistance here, then price broke it, and then it acted as a support again here and here. So we have this zone that acted as a support and resistance, and that is why this zone is significant zone. Price then broke it again here, it formed a new lower low, but pullback occurred to retest this zone and form new lower high. I like to use stochastic RSI indicator, and if you look closely you will see high showings of this indicator. This indicates a bearish pressure, and when this occurred here, I decided to look for opportunities to sell. I decided to scale on a lower time frame, on a 15-minute time frame, and look for my entry level. Now we are on 15 minutes chart. And if you look closely, you will see that even on this time frame, price formed lower highs. And finally, I decided to enter after price formed this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. As you can see, that is the place where I entered, and I decided to put my stop loss above this candlestick wick and to aim for a good risk-reward ratio, in this case 2.27, as you can see here. I'm a day trader, but you can easily take a swing trade with a higher stop loss and higher take profit in this case. We are now back on a 1 hour time frame, and as you can see, you can easily take a swing trade in this example. It was a good decision to enter after this strong bearish candlestick here with a bearish wick rejection. So let's say that you decided to enter here, and as a swing trader, you can use a higher stop loss and put it above this previous significant zone, which is what I recommend. And you can also aim for this previous major low and put your take profit somewhere around this level here. As you can see, that would have been a very good decision with a profit around 100 pips. This is the trade that I took before I started with my funded challenge with FundedNext. FundedNext is a company that will provide you with a capital to trade, but first you need to complete the challenges and to prove yourself basically, and when you complete the challenges you will become a funded trader, and then you will split up to 90% of your profits. Currently I am doing this stellar challenge 100k, and here you can see all the rules that I have to follow. For the first phase I need to achieve 8%, and if I manage to do that, I will start with a phase 2 where my target is 5%. Once I complete these 2 challenges, and if I complete them of course, I will become a funded trader and I will split my profits with FundedNext. As you can see here, of course there are rules that you need to follow, and the most important rules are maximum daily loss and maximum overall loss. FundedNext allows to use trade copiers, and this will be helpful for many traders. It also allows you to hold your positions over the weekend. This is a stellar challenge, and you can check evaluation challenge or expert challenge. As you can see, for evaluation challenge the targets are a little bit different, and also there is a time limit for the first phase and for the second phase. You need to complete them within 4 and 8 weeks. Also there is the expert challenge where you have only one phase, but as you can see profit target is higher. In this case is 25%. But also in expert challenge you cannot hold your positions over the weekends. There is a lot of different challenges and different types of accounts that you can use, and basically find the one that works perfectly for you. Prices for FundedNext are very affordable, and you can make them even lower if you use my discount code ForexDoc. So feel free to use the link in the description, a coupon code ForexDoc, and get 10% off for any challenge. Of course, for any questions you can contact me or even write directly to FundedNext. Next trade that I want to talk about is this US dollar Canadian dollar trade. Here we can see this major resistance zone that price tested here, and then here again, and basically confirmed it with this massive bearish move. Price then formed a bullish reaction to this previous major low and went up, but only to form this double top chart pattern. As we can see here, we have one top and here second top. Price then broke this neckline and continued to go down, and even broke our support zone with this massive bearish candlestick. When something like this occurs, it is usually the best idea to wait. So you don't want to enter a sell trade and to try to catch this trend. You don't want to chase the price, because usually when you try to chase the price, pullback will occur and you will lose. So here we can see very active and strong bearish candlestick, but then we can see that pullback occurred to test this previous support zone. It failed to break it here and then here. So now this support zone became a resistance, and once the support become resistance, we can consider that as a significant zone. Or the other way around, when a resistance zone becomes a support. We can see that price failed to break it once here and then second time here, and formed this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Also, we have high showings of stochastic RSI indicator, and this is the place where I decided to enter. Once again, we have downtrend, we have retest of a previous low, we have bearish engulfing candlestick formation, and we have high showings of our stochastic RSI indicator. So I combined all these reasons and I decided to enter here, put a stop loss below this previous low because we have downtrend and I expect price to break it, and also I put my stop loss above this previous resistance zone. We can see the price formed this minor bullish move, but luckily it failed to break this zone again for the third time, and then we can see this massive bearish move. Also, we can see the price broke this previous low as expected and continued to go down. It formed a new lower low, and we can see here another bullish pullback, and price basically retested this previous low. We can see that it formed another bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, and again we have stochastic RSI sell signal. As you can see, I decided to enter here again because basically we have another retest of a previous low. We have downtrend, we have bearish engulfing, and we have stochastic RSI sell signal. But unfortunately, this time trade didn't continue to go down. We can see this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern here, but then bullish pressure occurred and price formed this massive bullish candlestick. This is where I decided to close my position and end it with minus 17 pips, but anyway, it was a losing trade. So important takeaway is that sometimes even with solid reasons and combination with multiple reasons to sell or buy, your trade will not end in profit. As you can see, I use same analogy for this trade and for this trade. This time it worked, but this time it didn't. And this is exact reason why I always recommend you to use a stop loss and to trade responsibly with low risk, especially if you take FundedNext challenges. You need to use very reasonable lot size and very reasonable stop loss placement. For example, this time this trade worked, okay? And basically I have same reasons to enter this trade. So I can be overconfident and use very high lot size or trade without stop loss and say, okay, it worked here, it will work again. But as you can see, Forex market doesn't work like that. You always need to use responsible risks and to have reasonable lot size. Next example is Euro-British Pound trade. Let's start from here, where we can see strong resistance zone that price failed to break 4 times and then finally formed this massive bearish move. Then we can see that pullback occurred, but just to form a double top chart pattern. This is a very similar example to the previous one. So we have downtrend, we have double top formation, and then price formed this new low, minor bullish move, and neckline retest with this massive bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. This was actually a very nice place to enter a sell trade, but unfortunately I missed it. You can easily enter here, put a stop loss above these candlesticks, and aim for a nice risk-reward ratio. Price then continued to go down and retested this previous low. As we can see here, price broke it and retested it here and basically formed a new resistance zone and then went down to form a new lower low. This behavior continued and we can see that price tested this resistance again and broke this previous low. It continued to go down, and as you can see, we have series of lower highs and lower lows. So because of this behavior, I decided to enter a sell trade, but you can see here that I made a mistake. Stochastic RSI is giving me a sell signal, and that is okay, and we have downtrend, and price basically confirmed this trend line with a third touch here. But unfortunately, this is not the place where I entered earlier here. I expected that price will test this previous minor low and then continue to go down, and price actually went down, but it was not a very good entry point. It was too early because here we can see the price retested this zone and also confirmed our trend line. So this was much better place to enter than this one here. Luckily, price missed my stop loss and went down, but then bullish pressure occurred and I decided to close this trade here at break even. So my overall analysis was good because I expected price to continue to go down and that happened, but the entry was bad. I wasn't patient enough and I didn't want to wait for price to retest this zone, and I was lucky enough for price to miss my stop loss, but anyway, it wasn't a good entry point. Much better solution was just to wait, be patient, and then after this reaction here, enter and put a stop loss above this zone and aim for a good risk reward ratio. As I said, luckily price missed my stop loss and I closed it here at break even, but it is a good example to show you what can happen if you are not patient enough. Of course, this behavior of lower highs and lower lows continued and price broke this minor support zone and retested it here. This time I decided to enter again once the price retested this previous low with a strong bearish candlestick here. As you can see, this was much better entry because price continued to go down and hit my take profit level. So my expectation for both of these trades was good because price went down both times, but we can clearly see that I made a mistake here where I entered too early. Now I want to show two simple examples of a buy trades on a New Zealand dollar US dollar pair. Here we can see a series of lower highs and lower lows. Price then broke our trend line and went up with this massive bullish move, but then pullback occurred to test this previous high and also this low. If you look closely, you will see these bullish wick rejections here, and also we can see that stochastic RSI is giving us a buy signal. So this time we have a retest of this previous high and also this low, so basically this is a significant zone. We have stochastic RSI buy signal and we have multiple bullish wick rejections. So this was a very good place to buy and put a stop loss below these wick rejections and aim for this previous high, for example, which will also give us a good risk reward ratio. As you can see, this is one very simple example of a buy trade. Then we can see that price continued to go up and broke this previous high, and now pullback occurred, but just to retest this high here, and also confirmed our trend line with this third touch. We have first touch here, second touch here, and then third and final touch here. So we have a confluence zone between this previous high and also this trend line. So that is one very solid reason to buy, and also we have stochastic RSI buy signal. So now we have a second reason, and finally we have the strong bullish candlestick as a reaction to this confluence zone. So this was a final reason to look to buy. You can easily enter here, put a stop loss below this zone here, and aim for a good risk reward ratio. As we can see, we have two very similar analyses here, where price broke previous high, retested it, formed a bullish pressure, and also stochastic RSI buy signal. Same here. Price broke previous high, retested it, confirmed our trend line, formed a bullish reaction, and also stochastic RSI buy signal. All these examples have very similar analysis, where I just wanted to catch a trend after a pullback formation and test of a previous key level. When we look to sell, we want price to form a bullish pullback, to retest previous key level, in many cases previous low, and then wait for a bearish pressure to occur and also stochastic RSI to confirm this sell signal. And ideally, this is where you want to enter. When you want to buy, you want to wait for a bearish pullback, for a price to test previous key level or a previous high, to form a bullish pressure, and also stochastic RSI to give us a buy signal. And ideally, this is the place where you want to buy. As you can see, this is same for all the trades that I talked about today. If you decide to try FundedNext challenge, these are the kind of trades that you want to take. And also personally, I take these trades, and with a risk around 20 pips, I use lot size around 3, because for a 100k account, it gives me very low and reasonable risk. Thanks again to FundedNext for sponsoring this video, and remember to use a code ForexDoc for a 10% discount. If you find this video useful, please like and subscribe so I can continue to make more. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye bye.